Today's topic is going to be things that look like they were created by or designed by or decided by committee. When someone says something was designed by, looks like it is designed by committee or thought up by committee, it's never, ever a positive thing. At least doesn't sound like it. We have like a built-in aesthetic where we can look at things and see it was an amalgamation of crap. It just doesn't look like it was of one mind or a unified idea. I'll give you an example. You can look at the presenting the 2001 to 2005 Pontiac Aztec rolling piece of garbage. You could look at it and just immediately tell that one person didn't come up with this idea. Come on, look at it. It has no idea what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a truck, an SUV, a minivan, a car. It's like a trans car, trans truck, kind of amalgamation of stuff. I think what happened was a GM executive came off of his drug rehab and took one look at this and just like, we gotta stop. What the hell are we doing? Again, it was out between the years 2001 and 2005. So it served a one-term, 4-year, 1 year, one term of 4 years, and again, it was just a mess. It really was. Its only claim to fame was it was this guy's car. That's how it became at least popular. Not even popular like people were buying it. It was just popular that, oh wow, this piece of crap Aztec. That's Walter White of Breaking Bad. Very interesting character, great show. I highly recommend it. But I think the directors used the Aztec as a representation of the train wreck his life had become. If you don't know the story of Walter White, I won't, no spoilers here, but he just went from a brilliant chemistry teacher to really diabolical and interestingly wicked meth drug kingpin. Can't even speak now. I think I'm on meth. And speaking of meth, look at Hunter Biden. That's a train wreck right there. I know it seems kind of petty that I picked on Hunter Biden, but I'm doing it for a reason. It's kind of a hint as to the next thing I think that we can just tell. If you look at the clues, you can tell it's being run by committee. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, welcome to the Ghetto Sapien channel. This is Keith, and we're going to keep this brief. But obviously I'm thinking what else is run by committee, and that's been in, that'll probably be in office for 4 years, aka one term, like the Pontiac Aztec, is the Biden administration. Obviously I'm talking about that. And I think we could kind of look at it just like we looked at the Aztec and get a feel that it's being run by committee. It's being run by a bunch of people who don't know what the hell they're doing, or maybe they do know what they're doing, but it just looks like a mess. It doesn't look like it's of one mind, or at least not one sound mind. We have a conflicting border policy that conflicts with our COVID policy. We have incredibly high inflation. The fiscal policy makes utterly no sense. On one hand, they're spending trillions of dollars. On the other hand, inflation's just exploding, and they're saying that more money is going to fix inflation. It doesn't make any damn sense. And you people think an 80-year-old man is running this the wokest administration on record. You really think so? Really? You think that Biden, again, who's 80, picked this guy to be the Health and Human Services Assistant Secretary, or this guy to work in the Department of Energy? Really? You think your 80-year-old grandfather would even know what the heck these are? They probably just look vaguely mammalian to him. He doesn't know if they're male or female either. You don't think someone else picked him? Really? Is that what you're gonna go with? Biden's not in charge. He has no clue what's going on to a degree. I think he's always been a crooked, inept, and untalented individual. I think he's just along for the ride. He's just milking the at the public. He's just milking his job, selling access for what it's worth. He has no skills beyond that. He's dwindling. He was never really all that bright, all that intelligent, and he's worse now as an old guy. I mean, look at it. Do you think this guy's in charge? Do you think a seated president who is of his right mind and running things would allow himself to be shoved around by a by a furry, right? That makes sense, doesn't it? He's like, no one wants to come near him. You think he has COVID? Around town in DC, I don't think he's ever there beyond Friday. I think they fly him back to Delaware to juice him up on B12 shots and every type of drug known to man to keep those brain cells firing. I think they're just using him. He's just a symbol of stability, supposedly. These are the people. That's the committee that's really running things. Those people off on the left-hand side of the screen, they're in charge, not Biden. And to a degree, you can say it's kind of not Biden's fault. It's the nature of his service in politics. He's been a senator for most of his life, and there are even though not many people worldwide are senators, but there's 100 of them. And so he's part of a committee. He's been part of a committee his entire life. He's never been the guy to pull the trigger. It's never been all on him to make a decision. He has 99 other people to defer to, so he's not used to being the guy. Same with congressmen. There are 435 of them. They're part of a committee too. The executive is one guy. That's why you need either, to me, you need a CEO, you need a mayor or a governor, because they are used to speaking to several people, getting advice, and making the final decision and sticking by it. Biden's unable to do that. Just look at how he points to other things like it's Putin's inflation, it's Putin's gas price hike. He's never taking blame for anything. Same with his boss, Obama. Same way. He was also a senator and a political activist before that. Not a very good executive. Couldn't take responsibility, always seemed like a victim as president. The man seemed like things were out of his control. And that's ridiculous. We'll need to, I think, elect another CEO or governor, hint, hint, who that might be. Either one, I'd be quite happy with. But we can't have senators. I think there are exceptions. But I think we need someone who knows how to make the calls and make the shots and make decisions. That ain't Biden. But that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And excuse my voice. It's kind of early and I'm running out of voice. Have a good weekend.